If you're planning a trip to Japan to ski endless POW, explore bustling cities, venture into the tranquil countryside, or just spend time at the beach, you might be considering bringing along a drone so you can take cool photos or videos from above. In that case, I have some good news and some bad news for you. The bad news is that any drone weighing more than 100 grams needs to be registered, so even your Mavic Mini is out of luck as there's no 250 gram rule like in North America or Europe. The good news is that you don't need to take an exam and the drone rules are fairly straightforward. Registering your drone isn't all that bad either, despite some quirks on the website. In the second line it asks you to do the reading in katakana. But before I show you how to set up your personal Japanese drone account and register an actual drone, let's go over some rules and regulations as well as no-fly zones so we don't end up paying a massive fine or even spending a year in Japanese jail being only fed rice balls and miso soup. That doesn't sound so bad actually. Maybe I should fly my drone through the heart of Tokyo. You can fly your drone up to 150 meters above ground, so 30 meters more than what we're used to in the US or Europe. You need to have visual line of sight and you're not allowed to fly your drone at night. Keep a distance of 30 meters from cars, people and private property. That's 100 feet for my American viewers.
Do you think this country will ever switch to the metric system?
Always do your pre-flight inspection, which means not only checking if your drone is in good condition, but also checking the surrounding area for things like power lines, train tracks and other obstacles. And also make sure to stay clear of any aircraft in your vicinity.
Hey, we got hit! There's fire back there!
Don't fly under the influence or in a reckless manner, and don't transport hazardous materials or use your drone to drop objects. I feel like the last two rows are only here because of this guy. You're not allowed to operate your drone over festivals, near airports,
obviously,
and above densely inhabited districts. And lastly, your drone must be equipped with remote ID, which has recently become a legal requirement in the US and Europe as well. Remote ID is a system that transmits data like drone ID, position, altitude and velocity. So if you fly into an airport control zone, they will probably see you and fine you.
Vanguard 939, welcome to my airspace.
All newer drones are usually equipped with remote ID. However, some older ones, like the first DJI Mavic Pro or the Phantom models, are not. So if your drone is pretty old, make sure to check beforehand. To check whether you're in a no-fly zone, I recommend downloading the Drone Map Japan app. When we zoom in, we can see areas colored in red, yellow or green. Red means densely inhabited area, basically any city. So maybe don't fly your drone over Shibuya Crossing or anywhere in Tokyo really. Green means airport, and depending on the size of the airport, that circle will be smaller or bigger. And yellow stands for important facility. That could be a nuclear power plant, a military base, a government building, or the Hello Kitty headquarters.
I'm 300 pounds. I'm into bondage, and I like Hello Kitty.
Outside these areas, you should be good to go as long as you don't break any of the rules we discussed earlier. However, it's important to note that local authorities can restrict the airspace as well. For example, you might see no drone signs around tourist spots like temples or shrines. That won't show up on the map here. If you see such a sign, just don't fly, and generally speaking, just use your common sense and be respectful, especially around temples. Even if you're technically permitted to fly, be aware of the noise your drone makes and keep your distance. How would you feel if someone flew a drone over your place of worship?
Kreuzkruzifix, was ist denn da? Schleicht die Sau ums Lura.
You can register your drone at the so-called Drone Information Platform. Switch the website to English in the top right corner in case it shows up in Japanese. Then hit Login and Account Creation and Open Individual Account on the next page. In order to check the two boxes at the bottom, scroll to the end of each window and click the blue link above the checkboxes, or the second box can't be selected. Fill in your information on the next page and make sure it matches your ID, which we'll have to provide later. Choose a password at the bottom. The second line named Reading can be left blank. Once you hit confirm, a confirmation page will be shown and clicking open will lead you back to the start page. Now check your inbox for a confirmation email. Find the login ID provided in the email. In order to sign in, you'll need this ID in combination with the password you just chose, so not your email address. Once logged in, you should see your name at the top right. Next, click Start UA Application Registration and New Registration at the next page. Now things get a little bit trickier as we have to confirm our identity using our passport. So select passport from the options below and hit next. Now a barcode will pop up which you can scan with your phone or tablet. So yeah, this part is a little bit annoying, not gonna lie. So let's scan that and then open the link. You first have to capture your ID, so your passport, and then take a selfie. Can I do a kawaii selfie? Probably not. Once you've completed all the steps on your phone, you can close the QR code window on your computer. Now you have to upload a secondary ID as well. Make sure this ID has your address on it or your application won't go through. On the next page you can now enter the drone information, which you can pick from the drop-down menu, as well as the serial number of your drone. Serial number, you can find that usually inside the battery compartment. Yeah, there's a little sticker. Click yes on the next page unless the user of the drone isn't yourself. Hit confirm and after apply for registration on the summary page. Check your email again and confirm through the link near the bottom, after which another confirmation window will open. Okay, and now we're not done yet. So grab another sip. Now it can take a day or more until you receive another email that will lead you through the payment process. In this case, 1,450 yen, so around $10. Once this is completed, it will most likely take a few more days until you receive another email that states that your application is approved and completed. Now you can log into your drone account and look up the registration ID, which has to be put on your drone. And I thought German bureaucracy was bad. Once you've received your drone ID, display it somewhere on your drone. You can use a label printer or tape and marker is fine too. And that's it. Congratulations, you can now legally fly your drone in Japan.
We're going to Japan.
We are.
If it's your first time going to Japan, check out my new arrival guide with lots of useful tips and tricks, which you can download for free when signing up to the Slippery Slope newsletter. And if you want priority access to my upcoming Japan and ski videos, check out my members only area here on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Kampai.
Schiss den Drohnen da.
Mal in Ruhe Bier saufen kann man.